Yeah, you can talk to him. In the meantime, we have finished our picks and bans. Blue team has banned out Jax, Master Yi, and Aurelia. I'm not sure if Aurelia was a target ban. She's not popular enough in solo queue to really justify banning, in my opinion, but she is definitely a strong pick. She's just not a common pick. And then on the other side, they have LeBlanc, Braum, and Kale banned. Very strong solo queue champions as well. No huge complaints. Again, Master Yi I don't think is that amazing in solo queue, but meh, you ban what you ban. They picked up Katarina, Twitch, Udyr, Lulu, and Malphite. If they're able to set up that AoE combo between Malphite, then knock up with a Lulu ult across with Katarina and Twitch, they have some pretty good insta combos. We already hit 6,000 followers Henizim. And then on the split side, they have a Victor mid, Graves, Alistar bot lane. Not a fan of the Alistar pick, personally. They then have a Lee Sin jungle and a Jarvan top running teleport. Well, Alistar is a relatively bad character currently. He does very well versus Katarina and can do well versus Twitch. So that's actually really good. It's really going to boil down to, though, are they able to deal with a Lulu poke? Alistar is a very mana-hungry champion in that sort of a matchup, and Lulu does counter Alistar to an extent. If you're using Polymorph properly, you can cancel out his Pulverized Headbutt combo. Ugh. Mike, why would you build Hurricane on AP Tristana? She has no auto attack scaling for AP. She doesn't auto attack. She literally uses W, DFG, E, Alt, one-shot someone, and then W's away. Is Braum support or top? Braum is a support. He cannot really lane. What would I nerf on Braum? I'm actually a fan of how Riot is nerfing it, which is to say... let me remove that. They're removing some of his extra power, so the W, it's getting less armor and magic resist. That's actually really good. They're slightly decreasing his Q damage late game. They're slightly increasing his mana cost. Those are good changes, because he needs everything in his kit in order to do his job properly. He's offering to give you, like, information of the account. I don't know. Like, not the actual login information, but he's apparently offering stuff. It's up to you, Brian. I really don't mind. Like, you can handle the verification however you want. Like, we have the card. We're giving it away regardless. He has been viewing all day. So I don't view it as a problem, personally. Mm-hmm. Sorry about that, guys. We are loaded into the match now and are going to get this started. So you can't use Victor's laser, as in you're just not able to aim it properly, or what? Okay, so I'm going to disconnect myself from that. Brian will talk to you if there's any issues. In the meantime, looking at this game, everything's a really standard support start. Sorry, not support start. Item start. On supports, I really like the Ruby Crystal on tank supports, such as Alistar is not really picked that much, but on Alistar, Thresh, Leona, it gives you a lot of combat stats if you're planning to fight early. The only thing I would mention, though, is that they're versus an auto-attack harasser such as Lulu and Twitch. So Doran's Shield might have been a good option for him. I mentioned in the previous game that I prefer to have heavy potions start and not go for the level 1 ward. And I would double that for Lulu. She needs a mana potion. I also would expect to see her have biscuits from her masteries, so that she has a little bit extra mana, because she's incredibly mana hungry. Why isn't Doran's Shield a custom support? A common support start, I think you mean. It's not common because it got nerfed heavily. It is only good now if you're making active use of the block passive, so you're getting auto-attacked a lot. If you're versus something like a Lulu Caitlyn, you should definitely always start a Doran's Shield. But if you're just like in a standard lane matchup, there's no reason to do that anymore. Now they did buff Malphite top, as well as Jarvan, so I'm interested to see how this goes. Jarvan does have a teleport, as does Malphite, which is what you expect to see in top lane at the moment. As you guys know, I play a ton of Victor, so I'm going to try and keep a special place in my heart for this mid matchup. Victor versus Katarina is a very snowball-y setup. You have to remember that Katarina has 2 extra potions compared to Victor, so even if you're technically winning a trade, you're probably not coming out that far ahead. I'll be playing this very aggressively, though, trying to Q auto-attack, E auto-attack, and that would allow you to win trades quite easily. Just a general E trade is not going to do too much for you. His farming's been pretty good. I really like this Malphite for not spamming his skills. A lot of Malphites I see, especially in lower elos, they'll try and harass, and they're constantly using skills every single cooldown, and then they just end up being completely out of mana, they give up farm, they give up kill potential. And he's not doing that. He's just saying, okay, I'm going to take what little farm he's actually getting all the farm, but he's going to get what farm he can, and he's going to say, well, I can't harass. Any harass I do is just going to be healed back up, so why bother? In bot lane, Lulu's landing some good poke, but this is what I said about her mana pool. She's going to have some mana issues, and that's why I wanted to see more potions. She's already used every single potion she has. She's used the ward she has. Lee Sin is mid. I don't know if I really like this. You're probably not going to kill at this level, especially given the amount of mana that Victor has. Yeah, that was just an odd gank. Also a decent amount of wasted time by Lee Sin. I want to see him either going for the gank or continuing on and farming to 6. It's interesting to me that they're spending so much time trying to poke onto Alistar rather than onto Graves.
Hey, sorry, I'm back.
Not a problem.
My parents were speaking to me.
No, it's totally cool. We are actually into the match, so if you want to spectate off of us, that would be awesome. So a thing to keep in mind, a lot of people don't realize with Victor, his ult has a very long cast time. It's close to a second before it actually applies its silence. If you have good reaction time, or if you see the setup coming, you can dodge out of it very easily on champions like Katarina, Ezreal, that sort of thing, or even Lee Sin. So Katarina versus Victor is a very snowbally matchup for that reason. If Victor gets far enough ahead that he's able to win just with poke and quick trades, then he can kill her. If not, then she's just going to shampoo away from the ult, and you're not going to have any kill potential. I'm actually very surprised that this Alistar is not being poked down a little more than he is. They're focusing a lot of their efforts just constantly trying to poke him down, harass him, push him out of lane, and it's doing absolutely nothing for them. And Lulu just no mana at all in this lane, and pretty much given up all the farm. Alright, so Jarvan commits to the fight with his flag toss there. Malphite goes in with a slow, boom, stun, alt, and very nice combo. To be perfectly honest, the Malphite's ult was not necessary. They already landed the stun, but it's still good teamwork. Mike is asking what I would max first versus Katarina. It doesn't matter what matchup you're in, you always, always, always max E first on Victor. Personally, I've stopped putting points in his W altogether until level 8. In this matchup, I would still put 1 point in at level 4 though, because you're dealing with an Udyr who has to run at you when ganking. But with the current meta of like junglers who jump on you and one-shot you, I find the W very underwhelming, so I opt to go for a couple extra points in Q as a result. Then always Death Augment first, and then scale up with a Arm Guard, Void Staff, Chalice, that sort of stuff. So blue team bullied out both bottom and top lane. Not really going in anyone's favor at this point, though, except for the one kill top. Teleport being used by Malphite just to get back up top. Nothing really going to happen here. Yeah, there is 0 situations on Victor that I wouldn't buy Death Augment.
Malphite really beating up on Jarvan there. Kind of surprising.
Since the buffs to his shield, honestly, I would consider him an incredibly strong top laner. The only reason I think we don't see more of him is because of Jax. Well,
Yeah.
Jax and Renekton, obviously.
Yeah, I could see that being an issue.
Do I think Warwick is still a good jungler? Definitely. Less over the top, but still very viable.
Victor doing some work down in mid lane. He is 22 CS above Katarina, which I'm not really too surprised about, because Victor does have the he has the stun to get Katarina in, and also his range.
Well, his W is essentially useless versus Katarina, but he has wave clear versus Katarina's, who is very unreliable early game. She generally
It
tries to
looks
farm with her
like-
Q.
It looks like Udyr will pick up that kill, and I'm sure that's a huge problem for Victor as well. Just not being able, he doesn't have an escape, so just not being able to like be very mobile.
A great Lee Sin gank coming in bot. They do catch out Lulu with that very nice kick.
I think that was good of Lulu though, instead of just like trying to run back to the tower, and it looks like Twitch is gonna die here anyways. But
Oh,
it
he
really
walked
looks like
back in.
Lulu, yeah, it looks like Lulu was trying to avert the attention away from Twitch and sacrifice herself for him, which would have been great if Twitch didn't stay.
Yeah, it's always a good thing to do, but in that case just didn't quite work out. It could have been a little bit better communication there, though. I would have, if I was that support, I'd be like spamming back ping, just, oh my god, leave.
Yeah.
And then they'd report me, and I'd cry.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Don't tell me what to do.
So now that Katarina is 6, I want to see her roaming. We saw that in, I believe it was the second workshop game today, with Katarina just constantly roaming bot lane. That being said, in this matchup, it's an Alistar bot. So anytime she tries to jump in, boom, headbutt away immediately. Or that's what I would expect to see. So that could limit her options. That being said, top lane, Malphite is constantly pushed into tower, and Malphite has hard CC to set up a fight, and he is winning lane. So that would be a really easy roam for her. Anytime J4 pushes up like that, just roam top, let Malphite ult when he has mana, obviously, and Katarina can clean that up.
Udyr also. Both Udyr and Lee Sin have 2 kills right now, but Udyr has a good 20 CS lead. And honestly, I feel like Lee Sin used to be really good, and now he's just gotten just very mediocre. And this Lee Sin actually has landed his skill shots really well this game. And I'm not quite sure why he's not going on Lulu, but he does land another skill shot on her, puts his kick onto Twitch, and yeah, Graves will be able to get that kill. Did he get that kill with his smoke screen?
No, because his smoke screen's not on cooldown.
Oh, okay, yeah. For a second I was like, huh.
I'm pretty sure Lee Sin backed away though because there was a minion wave and he didn't want to get minion blocked. So instead he made sure that he wasn't going to fall too far behind by walking up above the minion wave and then using the second Q.
That was smart, yeah.
Yeah, Lee Sin's been doing some really solid plays. I have to give him heavy props. Also, worth pointing out that the decision to immediately take away Dragon brings joy to all of our hearts. Malphite having a couple issues lasting and under turret here. He is very low on mana, so what I would like to see happen here, Udyr can hold this lane very well, and he's a very farm-reliant champion. So I want to see him cycling up top lane. Malphite can go by, and then teleport gank somewhere else on the map. I think that would be a pretty good play. So we have the double flat magic pen build coming out from Katarina. It's a very viable build, especially when you're versus relatively beefy champions. She is going to be dealing with Alistar, Jarvan, Lee Sin, so it's not a bad choice. I still feel, though, that DFG is sort of the new standard on Katarina. Lee Sin counter jungling, very nice to see. This Lee's a little over the top. I'm impressed. Yeah, so anytime you can get a free jungle buff like that, it doesn't matter that you don't particularly want the blue buff. You're taking it away from the enemy team. See a team fight coming in mid. They cancel out the Katarina ult very efficiently and then combo down onto her. Alistar knocks them back into the fight.
And it looks like, oh, Graves getting incredibly low, but I think Udyr just tried there.
Mm-hmm. That was worth trying, but just really nice setups here mid.
I'm not quite sure what bot lane is doing right now. Like, they could have helped mid. Instead, it just really seems like Twitch is just holding creeps.
I'm fine with Twitch farming, but Lulu definitely shouldn't have been there.
No, yeah. My thing about supporting is if their support is somewhere else on the map, you go where that support is.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I see it. If, like, both AD carries are alone, just leave him alone.
Yeah, I'm sort of guessing Lee Sin might be a Smurf. I hate to accuse anyone of that when we're in these just for fun workshop games, but his decision-making and mechanics have been, like, absolutely on point here. Yeah. I'm more and more thinking that's a Smurf. A lot of flashes going down just for a support, though.
Yeah, they're pretty committed there. And Alistar is by himself, and it looks like, nope. Does flash away into the safety of the tower, and Lulu gets away as well, which is kind of surprising. Blue team just clearing out the ward they have there. So I totally missed when the last time Dragon was taken. Should it be coming up soon?
No. No, in spectator mode it should automatically remind us in the top corner.
Oh, it's not showing for me.
No one gets stuck in bronze if they're better than bronze. Not if you're playing more than a couple games there. J4 getting collapsed on top. Malphite has his ult, connects very nicely. Katarina coming in behind should be able to clean this up incredibly fast. Oh wait, she didn't seem to go for it.
Oh, all these flashes.
In the end, they get it.
But they pretty much sacrificed their mid tower for that one kill. Not quite sure why Graves is going that way. I really do just think he should have stayed with his team mid and just gotten that tower. But it looks like he will be caught out here, either by Malphite or 3 of their teammates. No, just walk away with a good chunk of his health. Almost killing Malphite. Will be taking out Twitch here. That was kind of a switch of events there.
It was very nicely played by a combination of, well, pretty much all of Purple Team. They canceled out Katarina fast enough that she wasn't able to get any resets or really impact that fight in the way that she needed to. And then they chased people down very well and just able to, boom, one after the other after the other. Yeah, IW00, that's what I mentioned originally, where I was like, oh, she didn't ult. So blue team seems to opt to just go for the farm there instead of trying to collapse onto purple. Someone in chat earlier was mentioning that Lulu toxic. I haven't seen her say anything. If you have proof of her raging, being toxic, trolling, anything like that, please send screenshots so that we can permanently ban them from these workshops. Also remember to report anyone who is toxic in these games. Get Riot to take care of them for us. What do I think of Lee Sin's Hex Drinker? It's okay. I would have preferred a Tiamat personally, so that he has that extra auto attack reset. But you're versus a Katarina, so Hex Drinker is a great item. You're also versus Lulu and Malphite, so yeah, lots and lots of magic damage. I'm surprised that he didn't go directly for the gank. Instead, he tried to loop back into his team. In the meantime, they land the exhaust over onto Twitch. Q lands, and that's a free kill. I gotta give some props also to Alistar. He's been landing some good knock-up pulverize combos. Headbutt, that's the word I'm trying to think of this entire time. Oh my lord.
It's okay. It's a difficult combo to master too.
Yeah, he's been landing them quite consistently, so good job.
The Katarina ult coming into a little bit late, which is great because it got both Victor and Alistar low. Not quite sure why they're not fighting this. I mean, it's only 1 versus 2, and Graves is coming in.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It looks like maybe they were trying to bait it, but Udyr's movement speed is incredible.
Teleport coming in. Malphite does have his ult, connects, auto attack, and that's going to be a dead J4. So this stage, they're doing the mid lane ARAM dance. I really don't like seeing that in solo queue, and I like it even less in these sort of workshop games. You need to have a purpose to what you're doing, and Malphite ult is down, and their summoners are down. So I'm fine with them defending this, but there's not much reason for blue team to want to be grouped mid at this stage of the game. They're down 10k in gold, they're down in kills. Another good kick coming in from Lee Sin. Yeah. Sorry, as I was saying, I'm fine with them defending items like this, and I really actually would prefer to see them getting maybe one person split pushing. Maybe Malphite can go split push. He has flash up soon. His teleport's up in a couple minutes. I want to see him using that global presence and his ultimate. But in just general sitting mid 5v5, that's not what you want to see. There's not much point to it. Yes, it is the Legolas build, BT Last Whisper. It works on Graves because he's pretty much an AD caster. He's going to overlap with a couple auto attacks in his combo, but most of his burst and teamfight potential is going to be coming from his skills. And he does get some decent auto attack speed from his quick draw, so delaying the attack speed for a little while is not the end of the world. Oh, you would never do that on Vayne. No, Vayne needs auto attack speed. So Twitch is in behind. They can get this fight very nicely. Beautiful ult coming in. Katarina just almost taken down, but does escape.
Lee Sin getting a Q onto Twitch, killing Katarina just with an auto attack. Twitch very low, not quite sure why he returned into that fight. Might be able to kill Alistair and trying to get the kill onto Lee Sin as well.
That was so close for blue team being able to set up a fight, but Katarina got taken way too low. They needed to be able to set up that fight with Twitch ulting across them right as Malphite ulted, and at the end of the day, it just didn't work out in their favor. So just tanking a mid turret here. I don't agree with that. Katarina's probably going to get this.
She should be able to get this.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That was kind of buggy.
Jarvan even turns around and... Okay.
So yeah, basically Katarina was trying to land just that little bit of damage, and she used her E right as he jumped forward, so she got knocked up. Cool. I also really dislike the Liandry's build on Katarina. We've seen so many different builds on Katarina today, and they've all been pretty bad.
Yeah, it's... I mean, I can see where this item isn't bad, but it's, again, it's like...
It's late game.
Yeah, it's safe. It's very safe as the first item. And Katarina, like, she's a monster if you just build her pure damage.
Yeah, get DFG, get something like a Void Staff, Hourglass, and then you can do, like, Deathcap Liandry's last items if you really need.
Mm-hmm.
We see a teleport coming in from J4. The Malphite ult goes down, does not sin. J4 ult happens. Alistar knocking them away. And actually saves Malphite. Now Victor is here. Hey, good cancellation on Katarina's ult there. A lot of people don't realize Victor's ult has a brief silence on it. So you can use it to interrupt skills. Great Q coming out from Lee Sin again. There's no way he's not a Smurf. I'm very sorry, but no. Alright, so good job on... Oh, that was... I was about to congratulate Alistar for peeling for his carries and distracting long enough. The flash, it should save him. Yeah, but it was a risky play. I probably would have just let them kill me at that point. Graves is playing pretty standard.
Getting incredibly low. And hopefully Katarina can get a kill here onto Graves. Udyr also coming in. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't look like they'll be chasing him. Or they might, actually.
Udyr could catch that easily.
He's pretty low on mana, though. Oh no,
Yeah.
Graves turned around. Yeah, he'll be going down. I think honestly, if he had just kept running straight towards tower and not even run through the bush, he might have been able to survive that.
So I've opted away from building Leandries on Victor myself, only because he needs burst in the current meta. It used to be that I would always go for a Leandries build because you could survive longer in fights. There were so many bruisers. You could lock them up. You could shred them for a long period of time. But that's just not so much the case anymore. People are being burst too quickly. And as a result, I'm generally going for a more damage-intensive build. Ooh, very nice Malphite
Malphite
ult.
ulting over the blue. Should be able to get a kill here onto Lee Sin. Nope, does not. I thought Twitch might be able to get that.
Yeah, Twitch was slightly out of auto attack range, and instead of trying to chase for it using attack speed from, let's say, his Q, then he instead opted to attack other champions. Great dragon control this fight. People are actually focusing it. Uder's... I'm not sure why he's top. Like, they're going to get the dragon regardless, but I'm just not sure what his purpose there is. He could have continued pushing top, you are correct. But his purpose up there just seemed very undefined because he wasn't doing anything well up there. It's not as though he was trying to solo Baron, which he can't at this stage, I don't think. He wasn't taking tower, he wasn't like proxy farming, he wasn't stealing their jungle that I saw. Teleport coming in. Malphite lands a lovely ult. Everyone's just trapped in there with the Victor bubble and ult. Very, very nicely played. Actually, Victor did not ult yet. I'm surprised. Very nice cleanup from the rest of purple team. Not quite able to connect with the Lee Sin Q that time. Yeah, they can siege up this inhibitor very easily. Twitch getting a little too close with tower falling. Yeah, he needs to back out. I think Katarina should have been able to get that kill onto J4. She didn't seem to trust herself enough to go in on it, and that's perfectly fine. They could have re-engaged, stopped her ult. Victor stealing away blue buff. Yeah, people in chat are talking about Smurfs. I have been very clear on our no Smurfs policy, but it's not like we have any way of detecting them. It just means we ban them permanently.
I'm not even sure why you would want to like play a community workshop with the Smurf. I mean, like if your other account is like high elo, then I'm not quite sure what you would learn from this.
It's just them wanting to troll. They're just trying to ruin the game for 9 other players. And
wow, people are assholes.
Yep. Oh, it happens all the time.
Yeah, I don't understand that kind of attitude.
Oh yeah, like he's permabanned from them. It's not even a question. In the meantime, going over for, well, no, not actually going to do the Baron, but they, yeah, clear out the wards and bait it nicely. At this point, they have very good pink ward coverage. They should be able to win any fight that goes down here. Victor still has his ult and both summoner skills up, as well as his hourglass. If used properly, that can absolutely destroy a jungle skirmish. Combine that with someone like J4 with his walls, or the plays that we're seeing from Lee Sin here, and you have a very easy team fight.
Huge wombo combo going down onto Malphite and Udyr there. They will be taken down. Amazing CC from Alistair onto the Twitch. I think he flashed onto him, pulverized him, and then threw him back. And it looks like that's GG.
Yeah, that should be the end of the game here. Oh, now we see the DFG coming out.
Yeah.
It hurts me. It hurts me on a personal level.
That's how I feel, honestly, when people don't use their Zhonya's.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm actually pretty bad about doing that sometimes, so I really shouldn't be one to talk.
I usually have people constantly reminding me I have it. Like if I'm with the duo, they're like, "Don't forget, you have Zhonya's," and I'm like, "Thank you."
Okay, so I need to ignore/ban Lumpy, because he's obviously a Smurf. Anyways, there's not really much to talk about in terms of builds that we didn't talk about during the match itself. Like, I'm not seeing too much that we didn't already comment on in the game.
Yeah, I'm not either. Most of the stuff you were saying, especially about Katarina, everyone else is pretty good. I like the Hex Drinker as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of anything else.